up? We're just wrapping up a low pressure sewer hookup here in St. Andrews, so we're gonna walk you guys through the process and kind of show you what we do. So starting off at the street here, we already ran the line from the yard to the street. So now we're just hooking up to the mainline sewer that all your neighbors share. We got the curb stop here. This rod goes in the ground like this, and then in the future there's a valve at the bottom, and you open up the top and you can turn it on and off if you ever have an issue. Turn it off, do the repairs, and you can turn it back on. We got the backhoe here, we got our cage in here, so then the guys can go down there safely, hook up the pipes, and then backfill with a bit of sand, and then finish with the mud. We always let it settle for a little bit before coming back to topsoil, just so you're not left with a divot in your yard. We'll let it settle for probably a month or so and then come back. Finishing touch, we put a nice 4x4 post with a sign that says sewer valve and installed by Precision Underground. The sign just helps, so if there's ever an emergency, they can find it easily in the snow and know where to turn it off. The way we hooked up this line was we located the line that goes from the septic tank to the septic field. Then we can just intersect it and not have to dig right around their nice landscaping here. When the toilet's flush inside, it comes down in a big 4-inch pipe and it dumps into the solid side of the septic tank. From there, there's a divider, filters it out, and lets the liquids go onto one side. We got the pump in the tank on this one. Once the float turns on, the water level's high enough, it pumps it down, and then it goes from the pump all the way out to the main line and then out to the treatment plant. So another thing that gets overlooked sometimes is the septic tank pump. Having a large enough pump to pump the liquid from your tank out to the street and open up all the check valves and have enough pressure to make it into the main line is super important. These pumps are a bit pricey, but you don't want to have the smallest pump on the block. We always install a high level alarm, so say the pump ever does fail, the water will start to rise in the tank, it'll turn afloat, and then that'll sound the alarm inside the house. To meet the RM spec, you got to install a check valve, a ball valve, and all stainless steel fittings. So we install all those, and then we add a union in there as well. In case you need to replace a pump, you unscrew it, swap out the pump, screw the new one on. You don't have to take the whole contraption apart. The check valve just doesn't allow water to come from the main line into your tank. And then the ball valve is if you are changing the pump, you just turn the valve, and that won't allow any water in your tank as well. So a question we get asked often is, do you have to dig in my yard? And the answer is yes, we do have to do some digging in your yard. Although we always directional drill from the yard to the street, we do have to dig it up to do that connection. So here we found the line that goes to the field, like I said, and then we drilled from this hole out to the street. We backfilled it already, but we hooked up both pipes in there. When the pump turns on in the tank, it sends all the liquids out to the main line instead of to your septic field.